Hello, foodie fans. Welcome to the Big Food Talk, produced by Tough Monkey Entertainment. I'm your host, Sal Conca. This show supports restaurants, chefs, and food pioneers with your help. Head to bigfoodtalk.com to make your donation today, or check out our fun apparel line with proceeds going directly to participating restaurants. Special thanks to the Long Island Food Council, Dine LI Facebook group, and Yelp Long Island for supporting this episode. Today I'm speaking with Anthony, the manager of DJs Clam Shack in Wantagh, New York. DJs Clam Shack is a seafood lover's dream, combining both New England and Southern styles with its roots at its original location in Key West, Florida. Anthony walks us through their mouth-watering dishes and even reveals some secret off-menu items only for those in the know. Let's hear Anthony's story. Welcome to the Big Food Talk. I'm so excited to talk to you today, all the way from DJ's Clam Shack in Wantagh. So I know these are really difficult times. How are things going at DJ's right now?
Things are going great. We're starting to get busy again. Once the sun comes out, people flock to DJ's. It's Lobster Roll time, so we're starting to get slammed again.
That's good news. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, we just had a gorgeous weekend, right? I don't know, it was like record.
Yeah, this weekend was really busy over there. So it's good to see people coming out again. You know, they're starting to get back to normal, and you know, people see the sun and they want seafood. So that's why we're here, and we're happy to have them.
That's awesome, man. So let's talk a little bit about the DJ's Clam Shack story. Like, when did the Wantagh location open?
So the Wantagh location's been open for about 2 years now. It's going to be 3 years this September coming up. So it originally started in Key West. A guy by the name of Jeff Gagnon opened up DJ's in Key West, casual seafood place right on Duval Street in the middle of Key West. And it really took off, just really simple food, good recipes, and people went crazy about it. And then Jeff and Paul, the owner in Wantagh, best friends from childhood, and Jeff wanted to open up one closer to his home on Long Island, and that's where DJ's Wantagh came from. So
cool. So it was like just really good friends, and they had
good friends from high school, yeah. And Jeff wanted to open one up because he lives up here half the year. He's down in Key West in the summer, and then he comes back up here to run another restaurant in Sayville called Kingston's. So he basically comes back up here, goes back to Key West. So Paul is kind of the guy who's in charge of the Wantagh location. Jeff is mostly in charge of Key West.
That's pretty cool. I mean, it's interesting. Yeah, you don't find, dual locations like that to be so far apart, most of the time, especially because what you guys are doing is so different. The seafood, right? You picture it down in Key West. You can think about all that and be down there. And it does hit you, like you said, here in the summer months, you need the warmer weather. People just associate for some reason warm weather with seafood. But I know you guys are doing things a little bit different. It's this combination and fusion of northern and southern seafood.
Yes.
What does that really look like? What's the difference between northern and southern seafood? How do you guys blend the two?
Well, kind of like, I would say the southern seafood is definitely more of like the comfort kind of spices, like blackening, stuff like that. Really, people like that spice down south. Up north, it's more about just a mixture of flavors, like, steamed little necks and things like that really get people excited up north. So we bring both together. And people really go crazy over it. Like our spicy blackened tacos, the shrimp and the mahi and the chicken, people go nuts over those. The conch fritters, which is a southern staple, which is basically it's fried dough with conch and different vegetables and spices in there. People go nuts over that, and you can't really find those up here on Long Island. So we're like one of the only places that actually has that. But down south, then we have the crab cakes. We have things like that we inspire for the Key West location to have. So our menu basically feeds off of each other, and we bring the best of the north down south and the best of the south up north, and it works out perfectly.
Sounds like a perfect combo to me. I'm excited to come in there. I've driven past it about 1,000,000 times, and somehow I've yet to stop in. So you guys are on my to-do list this spring, like for sure. I got to hop in there. I got to get some photos of the lobster rolls and all that type of stuff. Now, being dual locations, I mean, how do you guys source your seafood? You guys using local fishermen? How do you guys source your seafood right now?
Yeah, the Wantagh location, we get most of our stuff that is available here fresh. We get it from two cousins over in Freeport. They're great. They supply us with fresh fish 3-4 times a week. The clams right out here from Long Island, the little neck clams we get. So when you're walking in there, you're getting some fresh stuff right out of the local waters. Even on the first Wednesdays of each month, sometimes we do raw oysters, and we do like a live music. So the raw oysters are supplied by a Stella Maris Oyster Company, which is a guy based in right off Long Island. He lives in Wantagh, and he brings us fresh oysters, and we shuck them right there in front of customers. So we really try hard with the local seafood and the local beers and things like that to really bring in local Long Island stuff, so people are getting a taste of what's available on the island.
Yeah, it's so cool. I mean, do you guys want, for people, if you're on Long Island, Wantagh's on the South Shore. You're not necessarily on the water though, right? Where you'd picture this seafood shack, as you guys call it. It's a pretty cool location right there in Wantagh by the train tracks. I'm sure you get tons of commuter traffic picking up and coming in after the trains. How have things changed though now that I know you guys had things have picked up a tad, but like what's really different? Are you guys offering the same menu still?
We kind of offer the same menu. The only thing we're not doing right now is the Ipswich Clams. They've been difficult to get a hold of, so we've just cut those off of our menu. But as far as business is concerned, it's difficult because we're a hotspot for people who want to come listen to good music, have a couple of beers, and chill out for a little while they're enjoying some really good food. Mm-hmm. So not having the dining room available to us has been really hard on a lot of our customers. But we're making the best of it. We're doing the curbside. We're doing delivery through Uber Eats. We're doing takeout, pickup. So we're doing the best we can under the circumstances. And we're a small place to begin with.
What's your footprint inside? How many tables do you have?
We have 12 tables inside, and in the summertime we put about 5 outside. So
Very
in the summertime when it gets busy, it's the tables are packed. And right now we can't even have customers waiting in the store. So you drive by there on a busy, like Memorial Day. If you drive by Memorial Day, you're going to see like 60 people waiting outside on the curb. It's going to be crazy.
Oh man, that's going to be great. Yeah, we'll get some photo. Maybe I'll drive by and get some photography of that. It'd be great.
Yeah, it's going to be a busy day on Memorial Day. Yeah.
Very cool. I'm curious. You mentioned the Ipswich Clams, and that was actually a question I wrote down already. For people that don't know, what is it? What is an Ipswich Clam? What makes it different?
Okay, so an Ipswich Clam is from Ipswich in New England. It's a town in New England. And basically, it's like a full clam with the belly. Like people are used to the fried clam strips, which is just the very end of the tail end of the strip of the clam. So it's very, very small, doesn't have too much clam flavor. It's good for breaking someone in if they've never really had clams before. The Ipswich Clam is the whole belly of the clam. So you're getting the whole thing there. And they're fried up in a seasoned cornflower mix. And they're great because when you fry them up, the bellies puff up and people go nuts over them. They're expensive. They're a delicacy, but people go crazy over the Ipswich Clams.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a steamer guy. I love steamers, things like that. And then I had Ipswich Clams like a few years back, and they were incredible. The amount of flavor, they kind of pop in your mouth when you eat them. It's a whole thing, and they're phenomenal. But let's talk about the king of the castle on your menu, the lobster roll. How do you guys?
We have lobster rolls there. I don't know. We have lobster rolls there.
I think so. I
think we do.
What makes them different? How do you guys prepare yours?
What makes them different? Well, we use knuckle claw lobster meat. We don't use any tail. We found that through taste testing, the knuckle claw is a lot sweeter, a lot more tender than tail. So we're exclusively knuckle claw. Our hot lobster roll is insanely popular here. It's basically just a quarter pound of knuckle claw lobster meat sauteed in butter, put on a freshly toasted New England style split top bun. It's very simple, nothing crazy about it, no seasoning, just lobster, butter, and a really good toasted grilled bun. The cold lobster roll we mix with a homemade tarragon mayo and some fresh celery. And once again, very simple seasonings, little bit of celery. Really the goal is to make the lobster shine on that lobster roll. And that's what's good about it. And the roll itself, a lot of places around here, unfortunately, they kind of skimp and they give you like a hot dog bun, stuff like that. We don't do that. We give you the real deal New England style split top bun. We butter and grill it, and it's crunchy on the outside, tender on the inside with that lobster meat in there. It is just the butter soaks right into it. You can't get a better lobster roll anywhere. It's absolutely amazing.
That's what I'm talking about. You got to be a purist when it comes to lobster rolls. I mean, I've had them before. You get scammed. I'll call it getting scammed. They make a lobster salad and it's got all this stuff. It's just chopped lobster. I mean, you don't want this. This is not what
you want. We have big chunks of knuckle claw. And for those of you out there who love, like your lobster lovers, we also do the overstuff, which is a half pound of lobster meat on the same size bun. And it's overflowing. It's enormous and people go crazy over it. They love it.
You're answering all my questions for me. I wanted to know. I wanted to know how much went into that overstuffed lobster roll.
Half pound.
That's
Yep.
incredible. I mean,
And
it
it's all
comes.
lobster. There's no filler whatsoever in it. It's just lobster. So
That's incredible. Anthony,
yeah.
what's your background? How did you get involved in this business? Are you a foodie? I mean, do you know about seafood? Are you a chef? What's your background?
So basically, I started as, I mean, I'm an Italian, so I grew up, I was always cooking around the house and stuff. And in high school, I really wanted to get into the restaurant industry, and I was able to get a part-time job working as a butcher's apprentice. And I was a butcher for about 16, 17 years. And I learned how to obviously butcher fresh hanging meat, stuff like that. And the butchers, they know their way around a kitchen. So I learned quite a bit cooking for 16 years there. And then after that, I worked in a couple of Italian restaurants, getting my, paying my dues in the kitchen, learning how to really work in the kitchen, how to cook, how to do stuff like that. And then I just kind of applied for a position at DJs when they opened, and I've been there since day one.
Awesome, man. Well,
So
congratulations. Sounds
yeah,
like a great journey for you. I know you love to
yeah,
cook. It seems like.
yeah,
What do
yeah.
you like to cook in there? Like, I mean, I know the lobster roll that sets everything apart, but what else on the menu really gets you going? What do you like to cook on the menu?
Yeah. So customers who know me very well there will always come in and ask for the secret menu items, because there's a bunch of stuff that I make for customers that are not on the menu whatsoever. So like I'll make a kung pao calamari taco for some customers. I'll do a whole bunch of different stuff. Like I even do like a shrimp parmesan on a roll there with mozzarella sticks and a Fra Diavolo marinara sauce.
Oh,
Absolutely out of control. I do a shrimp Fra Diavolo on a roll. So for some customers who come in and ask for those secret menu items, I'll do stuff like that for them. But as far as like the regular menu items, and let me just say first, anyone who's watching this, if you come in, you can't come in when it's busy and ask for a secret menu item. It's not going to fly. It's got to be you and me alone in the store, and that's it. But as far as the menu is concerned, I love making the shrimp scampi rolls. One of my favorite items to make. I just love cooking shrimp perfectly, because when you cook it perfectly, it just pops in your mouth. The flavor is incredible with the lemon and the garlic, and it's just, I love watching people enjoy that. They absolutely adore that. And I'm a spicy guy. I love cooking spicy. So when a customer comes in and says, I want like blackened fish tacos or blackened shrimp tacos, but can you kick it up a notch? That makes my day, because I love kicking things up a notch. So
very cool. That's like
yeah,
that's the old Emerald Lagasse attitude.
that's it. I wasn't going to say bam, but I want to date myself. But yeah, it's the old Emerald
Yeah,
Lagasse.
yeah, yeah. No, I'm with you, man. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I'm an old soul too. So, I was
Yeah.
also eyeballing the little neck clams. I think those got a little bit of a kick to them too, and those were actually featured.
That was on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. And so we take a dozen little necks and we mix it up with a broth of lemon, white wine, butter, garlic, jalapenos, celery. And we just let them steam for about 10 minutes, and they pop right open and serve with garlic bread. Once again, simple, easy, northern cuisine, nothing flashy, nothing crazy, just really good food at a good price. And people go crazy over it. They love it. They love
Very
it.
cool. Very cool. Now, during this time where so many people are, they're out of work, I don't know if you guys have had to lay off staff at all. I know you guys are a smaller shop, but, have you also been donating, or have people been making donations so you can feed frontline workers? Like, what's been going on in your restaurant that's, helping the community or anything along those lines?
Yeah, we actually provided dinner a couple of nights to the labor and delivery wards at Winthrop Hospital. It was crazy, because a lot of people, have forgotten about those nurses who were also dealing with maybe with babies who were dealing with COVID, or mothers who were dealing with COVID and stuff like that. So one of our friends, who's an Instagram blogger, had got in touch with us and say, that they need something. Maybe you can help. So we were like, absolutely. So we donated food to Winthrop. Jorge and Francesca really came through big time putting that together, and people loved it. And just for frontline workers who come in, just taking care of them, making sure that they're able to have a great experience at DJs, get food at a really good price, and we can show our thanks to them for really being the heroes throughout this time.
That's wonderful, man. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
glad you guys are
community
doing.
is huge. Community is huge to DJs. We donate to a lot of different schools and organizations around Wantagh, and we really try to keep that alive, that relationship. Wantagh's community has been amazing to us, and we try to pay it back in any way we can.
Awesome, man. Well, congratulations on all the success there. I wish you guys nothing but continued success at DJs. Is there anything else you want to talk about or let the audience know about before we kind of wrap things up?
Yeah, I mean, the specials we run in the summer, we do a whole
Oh, yeah.
soft shell crab sandwich, which is absolutely incredible. It comes with it's a soft shell crab fried in our cornflour mix. It comes with coleslaw and a spicy tartar sauce on it. Absolutely killer. One of our most popular items. We sell out of them almost every day. Getting those in fresh every day. And also just a shout out to the crew over there. The cooks, Jorge, Henry, Manny, Jeffrey, and the front end crew, Joanna, Mike, Jake, Christian, Deidre, Alexandra, and of course, Francesca, the queen of DJs, Francesca Davanzo. She's the assistant manager, and she kicks butt there. She's amazing. And, it's been great. The staff is amazing, and come in there. We have a lot of fun with people. It's casual. It's laid back. We bust each other's chops. We listen to good music. It's really a great place.
I love it, Ant. I love it. I love it a lot. I'm so glad to have met you today and got the opportunity to hear the story that's going on at DJs Clam Shack. I mean, you guys popped on the map, 2-3 years ago, and you guys have already become like legendary status on Long Island because of what you're doing with the lobster rolls and because of your rich history in the Keys. So it was really great talking with you today, and I look forward to speaking with you again.
Thanks, Al. Same to you, man.
Have a great day.
You too, man. Bye.
Thanks for tuning in to The Big Food Talk, produced by Tough Monkey Entertainment. Subscribe on iTunes and wherever you listen to podcasts. Follow us on Instagram for behind-the-scenes takes, or watch complete episodes on YouTube. Don't forget to make a donation at bigfoodtalk.com.